What is up, everybody? It is AEW Smart Mark, and the next match on our Multiverse Dynamite card is going to be Kenny Omega in tag team action, taking on the team of Brian Cage and Lance Archer. And we're not sure who Kenny's tag team partner is yet, ahead of those men battling at All Out in a Fatal 4-Way. And here's MJF in the ring. Let's hear what he has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite my very best friend Wardlow out here for our holiday gift exchange. MJF has been hinting at social media that for Christmas he expects Wardlow to gift him the opportunity to be in that Fatal 4-Way World title match at All Out. We're finally going to hear what Wardlow has to say on the topic. Wardlow being interrupted by MJF. Hold, before you say anything, let me remind you how much I would appreciate you giving me your spot in the Fatal 4-Way World title match at All Out. Especially since I helped you earn it, and you wouldn't even be in AEW if it wasn't for me. Plus, need I remind you, you work for me, and I'd hate to have to lay you off this close to the holidays. Max, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you scheduled this gift exchange, and I'm glad you brought up me working for you. I'm also glad you brought up that tag team match we won. Tony Khan saw that match, he was impressed, and he has offered me a full-time AEW Multiverse contract. War Dog, I don't think you'll have time to fulfill your role protecting me during my future reign as AEW World Champion while also having time to compete full-time in AEW. We can figure that out later. Right now, let's exchange gifts. I've been looking forward to mine all week. By the way, why are you in your wrestling gear? In all this time I've worked for you, Max, have you learned anything about me? Do you know my favorite color or my birthday? Do you know what Wardlow means? Wardlow is a very old word that means watcher of the hill, a powerful protector. I have been a powerful protector for you since my arrival in AEW. And now it's time for me to stop protecting you and start protecting something worthwhile. The AEW Championship when I win it at All Out. How dare you even insinuate that I, MJF, am not worthwhile? I'm the most worthwhile human being there is. I am better than you, and you know it. I was really hoping you'd say something stupid like that, so I'd get to give you this butt kicking as a Christmas gift. Oh, and right there, he kicks MJF with the low blow, and MJF jumping back up to his feet, and he tries to do the same to Wardlow, but Wardlow puts a stop to it. And maybe this explains why Wardlow was in his wrestling gear. He was just hoping MJF was going to say something out of line. And you see MJF now, he's not backing down. He's trying to fight back against the much bigger, stronger Wardlow. And I don't know if that's a good idea or not. MJF in a front face lock. Now Wardlow in a front face lock. Security's going to have to get out here soon. We've got a tag team match that's supposed to be starting. Wardlow throws MJF over the top rope, and now Wardlow out of the ring, Wardlow back in the ring. MJF out of the ring, Wardlow out of the ring. I don't know what they're doing. They're chasing each other around. Maybe Wardlow was just trying to lure MJF, and oh, now drop kick, and Wardlow bounces off the stairs, bounces off the ring apron. And his back appears to be injured maybe. He's holding his back, and MJF taking full advantage of it, ever the opportunist. And now MJF with the low blows, delivering them repeatedly to Wardlow, and he's going to take Wardlow to the shed. Oh no! Wardlow stops him and busts his head, and now Wardlow throws him into the railing. And you see the referees trying to put a stop to it, and it's just been announced Wardlow was in his wrestling gear because Wardlow is Kenny Omega's tag team partner tonight. We will see all four men in next week's world title match, Fatal 4-Way main event. They'll be competing right here tonight in tag team action against one another. And you got to wonder if this will be a precursor to what may happen at All Out. Kenny Omega, this is the closest he has been to singles gold in his time here in AEW Multiverse. In fact, I really guess the same could be said about all these men, other than our current champion, Brian Cage. I mean, this is the closest Archer has been. This is certainly the closest Wardlow has been. And so we'll see. We'll see if the champion, Brian Cage, can successfully defend against not one, not two, but three different men. Come all out. You see right there, the champion, the machine, Brian Cage. He's ready for action. The unlikely tag team of Wardlow and Kenny Omega. But perhaps it's not that unlikely. I mean, after the promo we just saw from Wardlow, maybe we can now consider Wardlow a face. And if that's the case, then I guess teaming up with fellow face Kenny Omega, not that unusual. Here's the athleticism of the champion. You see there shooting star press and going for the pin. He only gets maybe a half of one count. Not going to pin somebody of his caliber a few seconds into the match. And there he gets taken for a ride by Wardlow. Wardlow in the corner and in trouble now. Brian Cage and Lance Archer working together like a team. Jake Roberts outside directing traffic. I know somebody's going to mention it in the comments most likely, so I'll just go ahead and mention it myself. Yeah, I picked the wrong Jake Roberts to be Lance Archer's manager for this match. My mistake. Clearly, that Jake is about 30 years too young and way too shirtless for the current Jake Roberts that we're used to seeing on AEW. So, whoops. I'm a human. I make mistakes. And there's Lance Archer and Kenny Omega in the middle of the ring. And now, oh! Phil Nelson suplex, Snapdragon suplex by Kenny Omega. We're about 4 minutes into this match, and there's Jake Roberts in all of his shirtless glory getting up on the ring apron. And look at that, when he hooks Kenny for the full Nelson, it's not just for a simple Snapdragon, it's for that huge, elevated full Nelson powerbomb. And there's that F10 by Brian Cage. And F10, definitely a great move to finish a match with. Now he's going for that Taz mission. Look at that. Wardlow immediately gets in the ring and breaks that up. That Taz mission stopped before it could start. Brian Cage takes out the referee there. Some shenanigans by Jake Roberts while the referee was down. And now Wardlow again getting distracted by Roberts and goes for that big ride. And then here's a pounce by Lance Archer to Wardlow. Two big men. Kenny Omega in this fatal four-way match against three guys all way bigger than him. But I suppose somebody like Kenny Omega is used to that. He's not too concerned. And now look at that move by Wardlow. That could be it. Pinfall. The champion Brian Cage breaks it up. You see Jake Roberts now sneaking a chair into the ring behind the referee's back. Wardlow locking in that claw. He's got the claw locked in. Submission attempt. I'm sorry, Lance Archer locking in the claw on Wardlow. Submission attempt. And Wardlow's in trouble. Thought maybe he was going to tap, but no, he didn't tap. Instead, back body drop by Wardlow. Brian Cage, kick to the midsection. Cage goes middle rope. Machine Destroyer. Off the middle rope by Cage. He's got the pin. That might be it. Two. Kenny Omega able to break it up. Now Brian Cage looking to hit another F10. No, looking to hit the Taz mission. Notice when Cage attempts this Taz mission on Kenny Omega, Wardlow immediately in the ring to make the save. When he attempts the same move on Kenny's partner, Wardlow, Kenny not so quick to jump in that ring and make that save. That could be some of Kenny's ring experience and ring savvy. He knows that the more folks get softened up during this match, the easier they may be to beat on 1 week from today when we have our all-out pay-per-view. And Jake Roberts there messing with the turnbuckle, distracting the referee, so the referee was unable to see Wardlow go for the pin attempt. Kenny looks completely gassed on the ring apron. Wardlow's got Cage up. We're about 11 and a half minutes of the way through this match. Archer in the ring, Omega in the ring, Jake Roberts on the ring apron. Look at that. Kenny Omega able to distract the ref from letting Jake distract him. And that's it. Wardlow and Kenny Omega have just won the match. And more importantly, Wardlow has just pinned our current world champion. Could that be foreshadowing? Could that be something that we see again in 1 week's time, where Wardlow could possibly pin the champion yet again and secure not only the victory in the main title, the main event, but also the world title? You never know. It's certainly possible. Anything can happen here in the multiverse. Fans, thank you for watching. Please check out the link in the description. Make sure you sub to the channel. You don't want to miss All Out. We'll have a full recap later on in this playlist after our main event tonight. Have a full recap of all 9 matches that are going to happen in All Out. So those will be in the Sheeta versus Allie women's title match that will main event tonight's Dynamite. Check that out. Go to my channel to watch all the playlists in order and kind of follow along with the multiverse. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. And we'd love to have you join the multiverse if you so desire. And that's it for now. I hope you're enjoying 2021. Peace.